Welcome to a new Team CGC 9.8 video. Today I have some budget-friendly 9.8 comics you should be buying now. So we'll jump right into things. First one, it's an Amazing Spider-Man number 529 in a 9.8. The first appearance of the new Spider-Man costume, or like the Iron Spider-Man suit. And I like the timing on this one right now, and certainly you almost can't go wrong with like a cool Amazing Spider-Man key issue in the 9.8. But this one was a lot more popular, certainly when the Iron Spider-Man found his way into the movies. So we're just on the other end of it right now, and I think it's one of those Amazing Spider-Man key issues that you could just get for a really reasonable, fair price right now. So there's 1,320 9.8s in the universal grade blue label, and 61.4% the 9.8 ratio on this one. Saw one sell recently in an auction. I think this is a pretty solid fair price if you could get it, right around this price. $134.49. So that's looking like good value for me. Yeah, a solid Amazing Spider-Man key issue, a cooling down book. You're not gonna like pay up for this one and have it plummet in value or anything like that. So I like an Amazing Spider-Man 529 in a 9.8 right now. Next one for budget-friendly 9.8s is Spider-Man number 13 in a 9.8. This one's pretty great, sort of cover homage of Spider-Man number 1 with the black Spidey. I do kind of like the eye appeal of this one a little better with sort of the red spiders on the black suit. And yeah, Spider-Man number 1 kind of over time, saw them a lot as a kid growing up. They've sort of lost the mystique for me in a way. Like, I do sort of like the Spider-Man number 1 in the newsstand edition, but to be honest, I would much prefer a Spider-Man 13 if I was just going to buy a direct edition of either Spider-Man 13 or Spider-Man number 1. I'd much prefer the Spider-Man 13. It's great in the newsstand edition too. I did find a newsstand price for Spider-Man 13. It's a pretty great one in a newsstand. There's a 1,114 9.8s in the blue label. Quite a few of them, so a lot of people kind of feel like me, like this is one that people are getting graded and McFarlane fans really like, and it's very affordable, which is great. 48% the 9.8 ratio. So a recent couple auctions, one had sold for $86 and another one for $92. All US dollars, the prices we talk about. So that newsstand edition, mentioned I saw one of those sell for $324.99. That seems a little stiff. I think it was in a buy it now. Maybe, a newsstand pops up on an auction, you get it for around like $250 or $275. Speaking of, there is a newsstand edition Spider-Man 13 on auction right now. I think there's like 4 days left or so on eBay. So if you really like this one, you're serious about this one, you want to, spend a little more money, that newsstand edition is up for auction. But in the direct even, I know these are heavily printed, early 90s books, but as a McFarlane collector item, under $100 for a Spider-Man 13, looking great in a 9.8, I think is totally worth it, and a good budget-friendly one to consider. Okay, next one, Batman 612. Yeah, pretty classic Jim Lee Superman Batman cover. This one has stayed pretty cheap over the years as well, and that's pretty great. I think just people loved it so much right off the get-go that there was probably so many printed, just because of the demand kind of thing. Great cover though. There's 815 9.8s in the blue label, universal grade, 62.1% the 9.8 ratio. So some prices. I saw one sell recently on an auction, $103.50, and another one just ended. I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago on an auction for $130, and then that kind of surprised me because there's one on eBay for $115, and then that like shortly sold right after. So it looks like kind of some of the prices around $125 to $130 with that one auction going at $130 have kind of been picked off on eBay. But I think, yeah, if you can get like $103.50 on that auction, if you get this a little bit closer to $100, I think a Batman 612. If you're a Jim Lee fan, if you're a Batman fan, it's making sense. This is one I got the Hush run 2 times over in a raw copies. So I think I have another copy of this one. So I'm pretty sure I have 3 raw copies of this one, but never kind of went for the 9.8. But at this price, like, I'll probably be on the lookout for some auctions kind of popping up in Canada if I can get it around $100. That just seems like a great one to have. Great cover, yeah. Superman, Batman, Jim Lee, yeah, just a solid one all around at that price. All right, here's a one I recently stumbled on, and I thought it was pretty cool. Stan Lee meets Spider-Man #1. This one is from 2006. A couple 9.8s I see, pop up for this one. And any book, if it's signed by Stan Lee, it's such an amazing collector item. I think I'm not big into signature series books, but maybe sometime down the line I get one book, one key issue down the line signed by Stan Lee would be amazing. But anything Stan Lee, pretty special for obvious reasons. 58 9.8s on this one, with kind of the Amazing Fantasy 15, homage of, Spidey holding Stan Lee. Pretty cool. I'm just kind of thinking, I hadn't read this one before, but it probably would be an interesting read. Maybe I'll do that tonight. I'm just kind of thinking of that on camera right now. 51.8%, the 9.8 ratio. And I saw this one sell for $102.50. I'm pretty sure I saw one on Comic Link go for less than 100 as well. Like, this one might be doable around 90 bucks or so. But yeah, Stan Lee and Spider-Man, they're just special. You put them kind of together. This one hasn't really taken off in value yet, right around 100 bucks, but maybe it's worth collecting with the Amazing Fantasy 15 cover spoof too is pretty great as well. So around 100 bucks, Stan Lee meets Spider-Man #1. In a 9.8 might be worth it. A 1 of 58 too. Yeah, super under the radar, that one still, but it's cool. All right, the last one. I was watching this one. It was probably about a month ago, and it sold pretty quick at this price. A Wonder Woman 96 in a 9.8 with pretty much a classic like Brian Bolland Joker cover. Yeah, this has got a great eye appeal. I saw this one, and it was a very well-priced buy it now, so I put it on my watch list, and me being a big Joker fan, I got a Killing Joke. This would be a great, companion book to a Killing Joke. I think big Joker fans and big Killing Joke fans go after these sort of Brian Bolland covers that he did in the 90s. There's a couple of different ones. This is one of them. They're very affordable. Yeah, I think this is a solid value, some of these Bolland Joker covers in the 90s. 70 of the Wonder Woman 96 in a 9.8. There's 70 of them in a blue label, 66%. The 9.8 ratio, and it was $69.99, which it sold at in a buy it now. This Wonder Woman 96. I think that's a super fair value. Maybe you get it a little lower, but there's only 70 of these out there, so waiting for an auction and trying to get it for like 60 bucks might probably not even be worth it. I think around 70 is a pretty great one. Yeah, these Brian Bolland Joker covers in the 90s have a great eye appeal, and they're still really affordable. So definitely, if you're a Batman fan, a Joker fan, there's some budget-friendly ones that you want to consider. And overall, I would say Wonder Woman 96 too is at the top of the list. There's that Legends of the Dark Knight book. Oh, I forget the number of that. Maybe I'll just throw up a graphic. There's a couple other, Bolland covers, but I really like this Wonder Woman 96 in a 9.8. All right, always great to talk about some budget-friendly ones. Yeah, I know. A lot of the, kind of go-to ones to invest in the 9.8 are so expensive, but it's always just worth thinking of some great ones for a solid price in a 9.8. All right, thanks so much for watching. As always, I'll see you on the next one. If you're liking my content, please subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll keep you updated on future videos.